For the new Bachelor of Science degree in sport management, my role was really working with the faculty in that area and making sure that the curriculum was in alignment with national accreditation standards. The development of this undergraduate degree program really spurned off from the success that we've had with our master's degree program in sport management. Over the past approximately 4 years or so, we've had nearly a 300% growth in our graduate program in sport management. So we now have nearly 150 majors just within our graduate sport management program. So we knew that the timing was right to propose a bachelor's degree in sport management.
It certainly is a field that's burgeoning out there, and students everywhere are looking for a program like that. As you might imagine, it isn't found everywhere, so it's a bit of a challenge. So we knew there was a demand for it. Folks who would be completing a degree in this area could go into a variety of fields in sport management, ranging from the business side of sport to the public relations side of sport to anything in between that they might be engaged in and want to create a career.
The sport management degree program truly is a program that's focusing on the sport industry area, which is pretty broad, multi-billion-dollar industry across the United States and across the world. So there's a lot of different areas where students could gain experiences and future employment. It could be related to sales aspects, and that those sales could be apparel sales, ticket sales, marketing aspects. There's the recreational side. We know that there's a huge influx of club-based sports teams for youth sports organizations, even in the Kansas City metropolitan area. We have youth sports teams in that area that have 500 to 1,000 students engaging in those types of club sport atmospheres, and knowing that there's a management side of that. So pretty diverse in terms of what the opportunities would be for students once they graduate. When we actually commissioned a report to see what the need was, we found that in the Kansas City and St. Louis metropolitan area that there's been a 27% increase in jobs over the past 4 years in sport management related areas, and nationally there's actually a 44% increase. And that's all coupled with the increase that we see in the fan base for certain sports and the interest that the American public has in sport industry, and also the boom in youth sports. And so having entry-level employees available for those positions, I think, is critical.
We've been in an intentional growth process here at UCM, planning to grow at least 3% a year. We hit a little over 2% this past year in a market that's extremely tight out there. Most of the community colleges in the state saw a decline in enrollment this last fall. So for UCM to see a little over 2% growth is pretty impressive. It only put us second in the state in the public institutions to Mizzou in Columbia. So that's pretty impressive out of 13 that we were a second in growth. So this fits with that model. Now, we aren't just opening new programs because someone thought it was a good idea. We really are trying to make sure that we're good stewards of the appropriations from the state of Missouri and meeting the needs of the state and the region, and certainly in this area, probably nationally, for the need for preparation of those programs. So those standards people have to meet are, why do we need this program? How will you staff it? What kind of resources are needed? And projected enrollments. At what point do you think we would meet a stable or growing level so that it's really covering its own expenses?
Once we get state approval, then we'll start with some marketing, mostly on the internet in terms of that marketing, but we also have an admissions staff here on campus that goes out to area high schools in the St. Louis, Kansas City, and other surrounding areas regionally to recruit potential students, and they'll help us in terms of getting that word out.
There's nothing better than being able to provide an opportunity for students who are out looking for something that not every institution would have. So that's pretty exciting. The second part is that we can answer to our friends in Jefferson City, here's how we are serving the state and serving the region as best we can. UCM has a very strong rate of educating Missourians for Missouri jobs, and I believe this major is going to do that very well for us.
We really feel as a department that we're filling a need that's not there for students who are interested in getting into the sport industry and the sport management side of things, and we are just really excited to be able to have this opportunity for new incoming students or students who are currently in high school right now who are interested in this. And we're also excited to reach out to our community college partners and start to demonstrate to those students in those community colleges that they could come to UCM and have a great experience with a new program and hopefully a lot of potential employment opportunities for them.